Greetings YouTube again, this is Bloodfinger here, and you're probably wondering why the orange jumpsuit again. Well, like I said in previous videos, that this is basically like a probationary period for me. I'm going to stay locked in my room, with the door locked of course, and I'm going to wear this to remind myself that if I screw up again, I'm going to have to go wear a real one. I apologize for the cussing, YouTube. I truly am sorry. But listen. I'll give you true example why I wear this. As some of you may know, I do post a lot of fictionalized crime on my gaming videos. That is because, well, that's the sort of thing I like doing in video games. When it comes to games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption, those are the things I like to do. Because I can't do nothing else in Red Dead Redemption. All I could do in Grand Theft Auto 5 is steal cars and harm NPCs in any type of way I feel like harming them with. In the game, of course. I'm not talking about doing nothing greedy or selfish. But let me give you what exists in my life. And what I don't want to be a part of, or what I don't want to be into. Now, when it comes to serial offenders, any type of serial offender, they have their own vehicles, aka getaway cars, and to travel with. They have their own weapons, their own tools, disguises, and many other cover stories they can possibly think of, and other things I didn't mention yet. And yet there's some people out in that world out there who tell me that I'm a serial offender, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. That is not fucking true. I don't do that. If I have, I will be in jail right freaking now, awaiting the death penalty, or getting a life sentence. And I'm not a serial offender. Because serial offenders have their own vehicles, they have their own disguises, they have their own motives and modus operandi. For example, I don't have a car. I'm not allowed to have weapons in this very place. I don't have anything like that in my situation, excuse me. I have none of those things. But I will buy some self-defense weapons and gadgets when I move out of the facility and get them home place. If it happens. And, serial offenders, the number one thing they have all in common is that they can freaking drive to places, they can drive to their escape routes, and they can drive to their crimes. I don't have anything like that. I don't care if I get a stupid self-driving car, I'm still not going to pull that kind of offenses in this country. Or any kind of offenses like that. But if I were to, it would probably be witchcraft. Not gonna say what kind. Not gonna say what that is gonna entail. But if I truly wanted that life, I would choose witchcraft. Because I'm not physically involving myself in the situation. I let the supernatural force take care of the situation for me. That's how I would do things, but I don't do that. I'm not Joe Winko. I'm not Ted Bundy. I'm not Edward Pace now, the Beast Jersey. I am none of those flippin' people. I'm none of those people. Do you think serial offenders would have beautiful looking curtains like this in their jail cell? They would not have that at all. Had to put their clothes in front of the freaking window. I've known people in the facility that I was in 5 years ago pull that same stunt. And you're not seeing me doing that because I'm not going to offend again. I'm not going to offend at all. And the reason for that, thank goodness, is this bodysuit and my willpower. Without a strong willpower, there will be no crime or me committing serial offenses or crime of any kind. I learned my lesson. And if you don't believe me, oh well. I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you don't see the true side of the Mad Cosplayer. I don't care if you see that I'm not a bad guy, but if you don't want to believe it, then don't believe it. I'm not here to convince you. I'm trying to tell you some things about real serial offenders. And those kind of serial offenders have their own getaway car. They have escape routes to take. They gotta make the plan, execute the plan, then throw the plan away. And that's what people like Ted Bundy did, till they were caught. But people like Bundy, they use their mind. They fantasize about what they want to do. And then they execute their brain plan that's up here. They got it all up here. Every single serial offender, no matter what kind of offender they were, Bundy, Paisnell, or Paynell in some cases, Edward Paisnell, and Ted Bundy, and many other serial offenders, they had everything they thought of came from here. Not because of media, not because of social media, not because of movies and TV shows or horror films or movies with violence. It was because that they chose that life. They chose to commit serial offenses. They chose their path, and well, look what happened. They got their fucking... I want to cuss again. Yes, but I apologize for cussing, YouTube. Don't... I'm sorry, YouTube. But seriously. Serial offenders look like regular human beings. They could be the boy next door, or the pretty girl down the street, or the cheerleader in your school. They could be anybody you may know, and you wouldn't know. I'm not saying this to frighten nobody. I'm saying it because I'm trying to prevent crime my own particular way. It may not be fully understood, but some of these religious figures from the past in ancient times, I'm not going to name who, because I'm a LaVeyan Satanist, but I don't believe in that. However, I use the word allegedly and supposedly. And allegedly, not to be a jerk or nothing, but allegedly, there was a godlike figure back in ancient times in every single part of religious history. Didn't matter who it was, and they were known for doing a lot of good. Well, this one person in particular did a lot of good, especially in my life in the past. I'm not mentioning any names because I don't really believe he truly exists now. But at the time, I felt like he was doing the right thing. Because I was doing the right thing. But then I converted to LaVeyan Satanism. I'm supposed to be an atheistic Satanist. But my beliefs are different than everybody else's. No offense. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna... Look, I chose this path. You can hate me all you want. I chose this religious path because I wanted to try other things. You can hate me, you can curse me, you can tell me to go to hell, or whatever it is you may believe, but I'm telling you, everybody has the right to believe in what they want. Whether it be Satanism, Christianity, Judaism, atheism, even Satanism for that matter. This country is about freedom of religion. You are free to choose what religion you want. If you choose to be Christian, congratulations. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. But don't try to talk me out of LaVeyan Satanism because it's not Christianity. Do you know how many people that came onto my channel or called me on the phone? And these are people that I knew, by the way. People that I knew tried to convert me from Satanism to Christianity, and I wouldn't do it. Because they don't have control over my life, I do. And to show that same control over my freaking life, I never killed, I never R-word, I never commit SA, I did not serial offend again. It's been 5 freaking years. 5 freaking years. And I'm still being called a freaking madman. I may be the mad cosplayer, but that's a cosplay persona. It's a persona on YouTube. Get it through your thick skulls. I'm not gonna offend again. I learned my lesson when I was in Monroe County Correctional. Now you know. I'm not in Monroe no more. I'm in a different area. Not gonna name where. But back then. I'm not gonna deny existence of other deities, but however, my religion is an atheistic religion. The religion I chose is LaVeyan Satanism. I don't fucking give a rat's ass about what may happen to me in the fucking future. I may care at the time, but right now I'm still trying to live my life without committing any whoredoms, as the LDS Church would say. Yes, I did try the LDS Church at one point in my life, and I did not like that church. I do not like Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was not fully committed to the Christian faith. No offense to anyone who's part of that religion, but it did not work for me. It did not work for me. So now, I'm sorry for bad mouthing other religions, but I have a right to choose what I want to be a part of in my fucking life. I don't care if you're a priest, pastor, or a follower of that religion. Do not try to convert me. I will keep telling you no, and I will decline your request every single fucking time. But if I ever do return to that specific religion, or any other religion for that matter, that is my choice. That is my decision to make, not your call. That is not your call to make. That's my call to make. And since we're still talking on the camera, let me explain a couple other things to you. Nothing in this particular facility is a real weapon. Everything here is a prop. But this house is secured by multiple people and cameras. They got cameras every single part of the freaking house. So if I were to fuck up again, I'll be wearing a real freaking jumpsuit in prison or jail. And my entire freaking action would be on camera in this house. So I have to be extremely careful with what I do. I can't be getting pissed off all the time. These freaking ungrateful people here. And I'm talking about some of the individuals here. 2 of them. I'm like, the one person isn't fucking greedy. But they call me greedy. They call me fucking pigs. I'm like ready to fucking grab their throats. But I'm not gonna do that. People need to know. There may not be a halo on my head, nor horns, but I am responsible for my actions. my actions. And Satan represents responsibility to the responsible. Satanism represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. Okay? So you can call me anything you want, but if you insult me on my channel, I'm gonna fucking hide your channel I'm gonna hide your profile from my channel. I will block your ass. I don't care what you say to me or about me. And calling me nicknames is not gonna turn me away from my YouTube passion. It's not gonna turn me away from my passion. This is a journal. This has nothing to do with finding enemies of any kind. I want to find new friends, but not on social media because of past events. So, I don't get what the fucking hate is about. I'm a very loving, giving person. I've tried to help my fellow man, even at different churches, yes. But as a LaVeyan Satanist, I am my own God, and my obligation is to myself, yes. But if I wanted, let's say, volunteer at another church that is not satanic, it's my decision. It could be any church I can choose, but it is not going to be your concern. For all we know, it could be a Christian church for all we know. I volunteered before in my life. Even while I first became a Satanist, back then I was volunteering janitorial work at a place called, at a mission, for delivering and handing out food to people that needed it, food and beverages and other things that needed it, and it's even part of my work resume too. I volunteered at churches, even as a Satanist, yes. It was almost any kind of church. It was Christian churches, it was other churches, even places that I consider were CULTs. I'm not going to say that word is on here right now. I'm not going to say it on this video. But I would volunteer at different churches, even though I was a LaVeyan Satanist. I believe in giving back to my fellow man. I don't have to love every single one of them. It's not about love. It's not about love for all people. It's because I selected who I wanted to show not love but respect. I respect other people's religions. I respect other people's choices. Even though I'm responsible for my own fucking self, I respect the other churches. I don't have to give the world the middle finger if I don't want to. It's about what I want as a Satanist. So if I want to go out and volunteer, let's say, for example, let's say I want to do some cleaning at a Catholic church. That's my decision. I don't believe in the religion, but I'm doing volunteer work not to build a reputation. No. That's what serial offenders do to make themselves look good. I'm doing this because I actually fucking care. I don't love everybody. No, I do not. But I respect other religions. I respect people for who they are, gay or straight, trans or cisgender. I respect all people regardless. But if that person does not respect me, they don't get that same respect in return, like I had said in my previous other video. And on here, my name is Damian Lyle Manson. I don't care if you know my real fucking name or not. I don't care. People call me by my real name on this channel and not know what the hell they're doing. So that's why I gotta hire a professional for this type of thing. I hate to buy a videographer, but I have no other freaking choice. I got no other flipping choice but to hire a professional videographer. And that's all thanks to him up the other room. So, YouTube, this next message is going out to YouTube. I apologize for the cussing. I apologize for the inappropriate behavior. I apologize. YouTube CEO may have YouTube, but Bloodfinger is my domain. Yes, it does belong to YouTube as well. But this channel stays unless I say it leaves this freaking world. In the name of thyself, this channel dies with me. I'm not talking about suicide. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about self-harm at all. I'm saying that there will be no successor to my channel. Even if they had started their own channel, then there will be no successor. There will be no passing down the mantle on anybody. There will be no people to take over my channel. And everything I do on this channel comes out of my own freaking pocket. So let's pretend I was on welfare, for example. I need that money because I'm actually disabled. I shouldn't be working. I'm literally disabled. Some people who have Social Security benefits or welfare benefits should not say why they need their benefits, even on YouTube. If you have that kind of benefits in your life, don't fucking tell nobody. Because if you say, if you got so and so and such coming in every single month, money or whatever, don't freaking tell nobody about it. Keep that crap to yourself. Because the government's going to take your benefits away if you lie about your situation. I'm actually freaking disabled. I need that money. I'm actually fucking disabled. I'm disabled myself. I should not be working, but here I am now. I wouldn't be alive. I would have starved to death if it weren't for my government benefits. I said a lot of dumb things in the past, yes, but I need my benefits. I'm not gonna fight for nothing. I'm actually disabled. And here I leave with a final message. You do not have to love everybody. You choose who you show respect to, and you choose who you love, and you choose who you want in your life. And that's what I'm gonna do. I don't have to love everybody, but I'm gonna say I love all my subscribers, whether they hate me or not. I don't have to love every single one of them, but let me hear me out real quick. I love my fellow YouTubers. I hate the people who talk crap about me on YouTube, but I love my friends, I love my fans. I love the people who support the channel in any way they can. Either it's by subscribing, and I'm not doing the Patreon unless I have to, but all of these videos come out of my own pocket. When it comes to camera operation or costumes or props I buy in the future or past, that came out of my pocket. Everything in this channel came out of my flippin' pocket. Flippin' pocket. I didn't cuss that time. Everything that was poured into the channel was coming out of my own very own pocket. I apologize to YouTube for the cussing and any inappropriate nature on here, but I'm not going to apologize to the enemies of the channel Bloodfinger. Those people do not deserve my respect, my feedback, how I make my content. Channel, if something happens to me, then the videos will stop. There will be no successor, no mantle to pass down, none of that crap. I thought about it before, but now it's not happening. Bloodfinger is me, and if something were to happen to me, the channel should stay on YouTube, and the videos will stop. Now, let's talk about Joe Winkle for a little bit. Joe Winkle, I believe, was actually cursed by somebody because he kept fucking blabbing about the spells and the curses he was putting on people. I told him to keep it to himself, but he didn't care. And now look what happened to him. He is DEAD. He is DONE screwed now. I don't know if he's up there. I don't know if he's up there or down there. But he did it to himself. Yes, I do miss him. I do miss Joe Winkle. But I'm not gonna fall down the same freaking path he went down because he was fucking insane. I'm not gonna lie, he was fucking insane. He loved being alone, which is a sign. He was pretending that he was dying when he was actually when he was protecting what his true plan was to do. He was planning on killing himself, but I didn't know that till after he was already gone. I still have his number on my phone. This phone right here. I still have his number. Joe Winkle was a nice guy to meet. He was very friendly. He was a little flirtatious, yes, but he was a great guy. He flirted with me all the time. I pretty much pretended to flirt back, but I don't know what the hell I am when it comes to romantic relationships. And, I don't know, even though I don't want to date right now, and I probably don't want to date ever, but I don't know if I'm straight or gay or not. I have no freaking clue. I got no freaking clue whatsoever. But that's not what I'm here to talk about right now at this moment. Joe Winkle, to me, was a very nice man, very nice person, always answered my calls, but he gave up a lot of fucking information, I'm not gonna lie. He gave up a lot of fucking information. He blabbed about his spells and curses and many other things he was doing. That's on him. I believe that he had a curse put on him and it worked. It's none of my business who the hell put the curse on him. I miss him, yes, but he did his own ass in. He killed a lot of fucking people in his fucking death curse book. Allegedly. But I'm not gonna fall down that path. Not because I'm scared of getting curses put on me, but I have a lot of respect for my fellow man. I was bullied in school. I was bullied in life. I was bullied by my own freaking parents, if you can believe that or not. I know what bullying is like. I know it. I experienced it. I may not have enough advice for everybody, but I did know one thing. Somebody smites you on one side of the cheek, you smash him on the other. And that's coming from the Satanic Bible itself. That comes from the Satanic Bible. It comes from the Satanic Bible. I love YouTube more than the flesh on my own bones. I love YouTube. I wouldn't change my channel to any other name or do any other content. I wouldn't change myself for the world. And to be honest, this entire freaking world can go F its own self SA itself and whatever the hell kind of bull crap it can do to itself. People want to K-word themselves with their wars and their freaking fake doctrines and their stupid cults. And fighting for a false cause that isn't truly there. That's what I consider what the LDS Church would call priestcraft. But real priestcraft is what the LDS Church is actually doing. They're contradicting their so-called alleged God. But the actual literature itself, known as the King James Version, tells a different story than the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon, I'm going to get into this now. The Book of Mormon is false. The New World Translation, aka the Jehovah's Witness Bible, is also a falsity. It is also false. Don't join that shit. They preach about the end of the world like it's happening tomorrow. And so far, nothing has happened at the moment. I don't care what the hell they say. I'm a freaking tree hugger, if you can believe it. I'm a freaking tree hugger. I don't know what Ottawa is, but I'm a tree hugger myself. I love water, I love nature, and I love the woods. I love trees. I will hug a tree if I want to. Because I love life with all my heart and soul. If I have a soul, of course. I love life with all my heart. I don't love everybody, but I love this world. I hope this world never ends, but shit happens. Speaking from the heart here, really. I don't know what to do. Some people just want to hate. They want to be racist. They want to be sexist. They want to be hating all the time. But I love life with all my might. And I wouldn't change it for nothing else in the world. So, I'm gonna end this video now with a thumbs up like this. And I'm gonna press the stop button on the camera on this thing. Oh, hang on. Oh boy. I love this world, and I love my life and all life with all my might. I don't have to love everybody, but I love life with all my might. I'm loving life with all my might. I wouldn't change it for nothing else in the world. Not my religion, not my beliefs, not even my current friend who's on vacation right now. And so, here endeth the lesson.